Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I post reviews and stuff a few times a week. Last week I dropped reviews for Season 4 of True Detective, as well as Ridley Scott's Napoleon. I also posted a retrospective for The Incredible Hulk, as currently I'm working my way back through the MCU in my MCU retrospective series. You can check all of those out, as well as a whole host of other reviews and retrospectives I've already done. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, tell your friends. I really do appreciate all the support. And with all of that out of the way, let's dive into Avatar: The Last Airbender. Spoiler alert, it's really bad. Oh boy, I don't even know where to begin. I don't like doing this. There is, I'm sure, a great many people who worked on this show, whether it be actors, writers, directors, etc., that very much wanted this to be successful. Hell, I wanted it to be successful. I grew up watching the original cartoon. It was part of my childhood. But my god, this show is just bad. Honestly, I was out after episode 1, and if I wasn't committed to this YouTube thing, there is no way in hell I would have went back to this. But alas, I finished it, and it did not get any better. I know a lot of people are going to say, look, this show was never going to live up to the beloved original series, and I get it. I hear you, and I agree. I made peace with that fact a long time ago, especially after original creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko jumped ship halfway through production. I never expected to enjoy this show as much as I enjoyed the original. I didn't even expect this to be better than just average. It's a Netflix production. If Netflix is notorious for anything, it's hemorrhaging cash and producing completely middle-of-the-road shows and movies. Yes, there are some fantastic Netflix shows and movies like The Crown and The Irishman, but they are very far and few between. But I didn't expect this show to be this miserable. And the thing is, it's not even the story that I take issue with. The original series boasted 20 to 21 episodes per season, and I think this series does a really good job of condensing the story and sticking very closely to the original content. And the stories laid out in this season 1, they're compelling, they're creative, they're good. Just to mention quickly, the CGI work and designs for the creatures in the show are beautiful. Appa and Momo especially look incredible in every scene they're in. And the set designs are gorgeous as well as the costume design. And that's as far as my praise for this show will go. So what were my issues? First off, the dialogue is awful. It's corny, childish, and feels like it's spun right out of an episode of Drake and Josh. It's so nauseating to listen to. I think the issue is that Netflix attempted to translate a one-for-one copy of the original series, and it just doesn't work. The original series could get away with cheesy, over-the-top dialogue and goofy interactions because it was a cartoon. It worked in that format. Trying to emulate that almost exactly in live action, it doesn't work. In fact, it fails horrifically. Which leads me to the most absolute appalling aspect of this show, which is the acting. I have never in my life seen such bad acting by a cast across the board. It's incredible. This show has to have broken some sort of record. Everyone in this show could be nominated for and win a Razzie, save for Daniel Day Kim. He's great, but he's in the show for maybe 5 minutes total. But Jesus H. Christ, it feels like I'm watching a Lifetime Christmas special. What were they doing? And I'm not trying to be mean. I know the child actors, it's hard. I feel bad for them. They got put in really bad spots. But I can't ignore the incredible neglect on part of the production team for this series. This season had a $120 million budget, How were they not able to hire any good actors? Who did this casting? Fire them. Immediately, please. I mean, in all seriousness, watching the performances in this show is like you're watching 8 episodes worth of audition tapes for the actors that didn't get picked. It's amazing how bad it is. Season 1 of Game of Thrones was half the budget of this show. What are we doing? Another more minor issue is that the CGI of the creatures, while it looks great, the rest of the CGI throughout the show is hit or miss. The bending will look cool in some scenes and then look like it was made in some kid's room after school for his YouTube channel. And that's not a slight against CGI produced by YouTubers. It's phenomenal for that type of standard. But for this standard of a $120 million show, it looks terrible at some spots. I don't understand where the money went from this budget. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. This show is just bad. It's bad. It was great to see the intricate sets and scenery. That was far and away the best part of the show. And I appreciate the producers sticking very close to the source material. But those 2 factors don't make up for everything else in this show. I know a lot of people can look past bad acting, and I agree. I think sometimes you should. I do it all the time. But for like 1 or 2 actors in a production. But this whole cast is just awful. And I honestly do. I feel so bad for the actors because I don't think it's entirely their fault. This is on the writers for their abysmal dialogue, as well as the directors who yelled cut and said, "Yeah, that was great." They were set up for failure from the get-go. I honestly cannot believe this was renewed for 2 more seasons. And I'm gonna tune in because I hope it gets better, but I very much doubt it.